Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian. Welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And yeah, y'all might want to stick around for this one. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So, you know your man LeBron James is the king of antics, right? He is the king of antics. And I used to have LeBron in my top 5 all time. He was in my top 4. But over time, man, his antics just made me remove him out of him. I couldn't do it no more. The antics became too much for me to handle. And it seems like, apparently, I'm not the only one that feels this way. Apparently, even NBA players secretly dislike LeBron James because of his antics and the stuff that he does. We came across an article this morning from Basketball Network. Here's the headline. Some people don't like him because he named himself the king. Ex-NBA player believes LeBron receives hatred for praising himself. Let me read that last part. Ex-player believes LeBron James receives hatred for praising himself. Folks, we need to get into this story. Let's continue on. Lester Connor reveals the 2 reasons why James faces relentless criticism. There's no denying that the criticism surrounding LeBron has only grown louder as he extends his career, becoming more relentless and staggering with each passing season. Even though there's an acknowledgement about him being a once-in-a-lifetime athlete, some fans still constantly compare James to past superstars to downplay his credentials. According to ex-NBA big man Lester Connor, the persistent criticism stems from 2 primary reasons. Regardless of how differently LeBron operates in his remaining time, it is impossible for him to change the perception of those fans. Connor on why James is unabashedly criticized. While it is true that LeBron has lost as many NBA finals as Jordan has won, one should also take into consideration how the Lakers' superstar has a superior statistical data. James sits atop the NBA's all-time scoring list with 42,000 plus points, while also ranking 4th in assists and 5th in triple-doubles with 122 against his name. These numbers alone reflect a high level of all-around dominance that surpasses MJ in certain respects. Moreover, even in his 23rd campaign, James is still expected to lead a high-profile franchise like the Lakers to their 18th championship, which underscores the extraordinary weight of expectations he continues to carry, something Jordan never faced during his latter years. For Connor, however, the real issue lies not in James's achievements, but in his self-promotion. The 21-time All-Star doesn't shy away from boasting about his game acumen, and has openly acknowledged himself as the GOAT, a stance that contrasts sharply with Jordan, who consistently refused to make such claims during his prime days. This tendency, Lester argues, rubs people the wrong way. Additionally, the reality of LeBron joining forces with Wade in Miami, Kyrie Irving in Cleveland, and Anthony Davis in LA has fueled resentment. According to Connor, many struggle to accept that a player can exercise such control while still being a player, which fundamentally alters the traditional narrative. Here are his comments. Some people don't like him because of the fact that he named himself the king. Who gonna name themselves the king and then say they're the GOAT and then the greatest of all time when somebody else should give you those accolades? So I think that's one of them, Connor said during his appearance on Cedric Maxwell's podcast. Then there's the way he does teams by handpicking certain guys that he wants, being the player, the general manager, the coach. I think that rubs some people in the wrong way. Now, let me read this last part of this article. He says, what is wrong with LeBron's approach? In reality, James has managed his career on his own terms without engaging in questionable practices. Whoever wrote this article, are you high? You must be high, or you must be drunk off of jars of honey. Let me keep reading. He has carefully assessed which teammates best complement his skill set and structured his career around maximizing both individual success and team potential. More importantly, LeBron has done so without breaching contracts or forcing his way out of unfavorable situations. On the other hand, as far as LeBron gathering praise for himself is concerned, in today's NBA, where guys are constantly subjected to harsh scrutiny, there seems little wrong with legitimizing his own case for the GOAT title, especially when considering the magnitude of his contributions to the game and the business of basketball as a global icon. However, as Connor has noted, not everyone is willing to embrace this new era of player. Okay, this dude is drunken. You know, you're the drunken monkey, the drunken honey. This dude, whoever wrote that article, bro, put the jar down, bro. Put it down. What are my thoughts about this? He hit the nail on the head. That turns people off. When you go around and tell yourself, you know, I'm this, I'm that. Even in a beautiful woman, it's annoying. You've seen some beautiful women. Oh, I'm just so beautiful. I know I'm so beautiful, right? I know. It's like, okay, please, like, stop. Like, it's becoming obnoxious now. Stop. But that's one of the things people don't like. But beyond the fact that he calls himself the GOAT, I think the number one reason why people have an issue with it is because he doesn't have a case to be the GOAT. If MJ came out and said one day I'm the GOAT, not many people would argue him. Not many people argue him. The other thing worth saying is this. Whenever you feel the need to go around and constantly praise yourself, you know there's some serious insecurities that are there. There are a lot of underlying insecurities. So for you to constantly say that, it means that some part of you don't believe it. Hence the reason you keep saying it. Because if you believe it, or rather if you know it, what's the purpose of you constantly trying to shove that idea down people's throat? It's one of the reasons after he won his 4th championship, LeBron James said, and I want my damn respect. That's what he said. Well, 20 years in or whatever it was at the time, 4th championship, and you feel people don't respect you? No, it's not that you feel people don't respect. You know people don't respect you. Hence the reason you have to keep saying it. The thing is, and the thing that this writer is missing in all of this, you feel like if I keep saying it, I'm going to convince people. No, you're not. You're not convincing people. You're trying to convince yourself. That's the problem. You're not convincing me. You're trying to convince yourself. And the fact of the matter is nobody likes to show off in somebody that does that. It's par for the course. So you seem to be very tone deaf. If you wrote at the end of the article, and this is the reason why I'm one of the best writers out there, bro, knock it off. Knock it off. People stop reading articles. So there seems to be a level of just cluelessness and a lack of self-awareness that exists with the guy. That's the reason why you can do a commercial like the last commercial, and nobody in the room said, bro, this is weird. This is a little bit much, don't you think? Therein lies the reason. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. We catch you on the next show. Peace.